Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. Today's lesson is finding a number when a percent of it is given. Finding a number when a percent of it is given. Here's an example. The problem is set up like 30% of what number is 21? So I guess conceptually we can look at, we have a number here. We don't know what it is. We're going to try and find that number. And we know that 30% of that number is 21. So we want to know, what is that number? Well, here's how we work the problem. Fairly simple. We change the percent to a fraction. So we know that 30% is 30 over 100 because we know that the percent sign means denominator 100. And then we can reduce this. So we can cross this out. So we've changed it to the fraction 3/10. And then, since we've changed the percent to a fraction, the 3/10, we divide 21 divided by 3/10. And then it's just a simple division of a fraction in a whole number. So 21 over 1 divided by 3/10. And we know when we're dividing, we have to change the problem. So it's 21 over 1 times, and we use the reciprocal, 10 over 3. And now we can cancel. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 21 7 times. I forgot to put my timer on. I just put it on. Okay, so 3 goes into 3 1. 3 goes into 21 7 times, and then we multiply. 7 times 10 is 70. 1 times 1 is 1. So our answer is 70. So 30%, whoops, my bad. 30% of 70 equals 21. Fairly simple skill set. Let's quick review, and then we'll do some problems. 30% of what number is 21? First step, change 30% to a fraction. 30 over 100, and then we knew that was 3/10. Then you divide this number, 21, divided by 3/10, which means you multiply by 10 over 3. So let's try another problem here. Let's try 80% of what number is 120? Well, okay. Step 1, we change 80% to a fraction. And we know we just can put 80 over 100 because we know the percent is denominator 100. We can cancel that out. Now we want to reduce this to its lowest name. So we can divide by 2. And if we divide by 2 and divide by 2, we get 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 goes into 10 5 times. All right, so now we have 4/5. We've changed 80% into the fraction 4/5. And now we divide this number by our fraction. So 120 divided by 4 over 5. We put 120 over 1. We know, because we know in dividing fractions, I'm going to put it up here, 120 over 1 times 5 over 4. This is a 1, by the way. We can cancel. 4 will go into 4 once. 4 will go into 12 3 times, and then the 0 30. So 4 goes into 120 30 times, because 4 times 30 would be 120. Now we multiply across and across. We get 30 times 5. So 30 times 5, that's 0, is 150 over 1, so the answer is 150. So 80% of 150, 80% of 150 is 120. Good. So I'm going to put problem up for you to work. You can then put the DVD on pause and work the problem. Let's try 25% of what number is 19? So go ahead and copy the problem and put the DVD on pause, or the video on pause, work the problem, and then we'll come back and take a look at it. Let's see how we did. First step, change 25% to a fraction, 25 over 100, and we can divide by 4, and divide by 4, and we get 1/4. My bad. Not divide by 4. We divide by 25. 25 will go into 25, and 25 goes into 100. 25 goes into 25 one time. 25 goes into 100 4 times. So we've changed 25% to the fraction 1/4. Now we take the number 19 and divide it by 1 over 4. So 19 over 1, and we know 19 over 1, when we're dividing, we multiply and we use the reciprocal, or we turn it upside down. And so now we have to multiply and multiply. Well, 4 times 19, let's see how that works out. 4 times 9 is 36, and I'll carry 3. 4 times 1 is 4. 5, 6, 7, so 76. 76 over 1 equals 76. So 25% of 76 is 19. Let's try another one here. Okay, put this one up for you. Let's do 50%, oops, 50% of what number is 165? 50% of what number is 165? Let me make this a little neater. 50%. Okay, so put the video on pause and work this problem and then turn it back on again. Let's take a look. 50%, we want to change that to a fraction. 50 over 100, we cross that out and we divide by 5, and by 5, 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 10 two times. So the fraction is 1/2. And then we have 165 divided by 1/2. 165 over 1 divided by 1/2 is 165 over 1. And since we're division, we have to change it into multiplication, times 1/2. So 165, now we're going to multiply. Let's do here, 165 times 2. 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 6 is 12, and 1 is 13, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 is 3. So, 330. So 50% of 330 is 165. Excellent. Excellent. We'll try one more, and that you should be able to have this skill set down. Let's try 60% of what number is 150? go ahead and put the video on pause, work the problem, and then turn it back on again. All right, 60%, we have to make it into a decimal. 60 over 100, we can cross that out. We can divide by 2, divide by 2. 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes into 10 5 times. All right, so we've changed 60% into the fraction 3/5. Now we have to divide 150 divided by 3/5, 150 over 1, which is equal to 150 over 1 times 5 over 3. Now we can cancel. 3 will go into 3 one time. 3 will go into 150 30 times, because I know 30 times, my bad, 50 times, not 30. Go into it 50 times, because I know 50 times 3 gives me 150. So 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 150 50 times, and then I have to multiply 5 times 50, 0, 250 over 1, so the answer is 250. So 60% of 250 is 150. Excellent. Oh, and I'm finished right on time. Okay, so quickly, the skill set is to, when you have a problem set up like 60% of what number is 150, you change this to a fraction, and then you divide this number by the fraction. Excellent. Thank you very much.